It's Aloha Tuesday, 4 days to race day, and breakfast with Bob.
Pancho Man, welcome back. It's day 2, Breakfast with Bob. My name is Bob Babbitt. We're brought to you by HOKA One Polar, Halo Neuroscience, Velofix, today's plan, Normatec, our championship edition at Four Seasons Resort Hualalai, Triathlete magazine, and we're at beautiful Huggo's on the Rocks. And we have not met before, but please give it up for a woman who took the silver medal, Ironman 70.3 2017, Emma Pallant. Hey, Emma.
Hello.
So since we have not met before, you grew up bronze medalist as a junior 1,500 meters, former European cross-country champion, so running was it.
Yes, formed on two legs, definitely running.
Were parents in the running? Or?
No, not really. I kind of just was a hyperactive kid that wanted to do everything, and my mum thought the best way for me to sleep at night was just to set me off on the track.
I love that.
Yeah.
And so then when you're going through high school and middle school and all the rest of that, did you run in college as well?
Yeah, I ran all the way up till 2012. When I was more little school, I was doing all sports. And then it was my running coach who said, if you want to be good at one thing, you've just got to knuckle down. And so ironic that now I do 3. But I chose running to be my thing back then and just...
Were you thinking Olympics?
Yeah, that was the big goal. So I came close in Beijing. The trials race, we were still juniors. So
in what distance?
That was 1,500 meters.
1,500, okay.
Yeah. So my best friend, we missed the senior trials because we were out at the World Junior Champs. And it was between me and my best friend, and they were like, if you one of you podiums, we'll take you to the Olympics. And she won. I came third, but there was only one slot. So
oh my God! So you did podium. And they didn't take you?
And I didn't go.
Oh,
they took 2 seniors.
God.
So, it was a strong team. And I think Brits in general just is that good middle distance scene.
Right. And when you're talking that era, you're talking the Brownlee brothers and, heading into 2012 with it being in London.
Yeah.
Did you get the triathlon bug then?
Yeah, definitely. So I had a really bad knee injury, and I was kind of
track.
Yeah, and I was on off running, and absolutely loved it, but I just couldn't do the mileage that I wanted to do. So 2012 was kind of in a trials race. That was the last straw for me. I was in a lot of pain, and my mentor at the time, Kelly Holmes.
Okay.
She was like, why don't you just do a charity spot in London Triathlon? So not the Olympics. It was like the domestic one,
right.
And that's when I first saw Stu Hayes. On TV. I watched the Olympics. I watched him with the Brownlee brothers, and his wife started coaching me, Michelle Dillon.
Yes. Oh,
and
okay.
Yeah, so I caught the bug pretty much from the Olympics.
And so then, did you started out mainly in duathlon to start out?
So I concentrated on triathlon, but I much preferred the duathlon.
Yes.
Obviously, it's not as big, but I just found that, it was kind of that nice breaker of, because it was my strength, I was always swimming anyway, so I could just not train for duathlons, but train for triathlon and just do a duathlon for fun.
So you did have a swimming background?
Not really.
Not really.
I kind of, so my sister was club captain at our local swim club.
Yeah.
So if there was ever a free spot going in, like a relay team or something, she'd just bot me along and say, just got to fill this space. So I just dive in and go for it. Just loads of energy. No style.
And 2-time Duathlon World Champion.
Yeah.
So obviously you had a little skill at duathlon. So and you must have ridden the bike well too early on.
So I'm a little bit accident prone, and I had a couple of crashes to begin. Even as a runner, they call me Little Miss Bump because I ran into lampposts and would just, I wasn't very wary. So,
Little Miss Bump, I like that.
Yeah, I stuck to the turbo a lot to begin with, but I just found that it was quite similar to running, and I think if you can push yourself, then the bike, it's not too hard to train for.
Right, and was always in the back of your head, Kona. Did you know much about this, or did you know more about the ITU style?
Yeah, I started off kind of knowing more about ITU, and then along the way kind of meeting people like Tyler Butterfield, and I started looking into long course a bit more, and then I was pretty much hooked with the Kona magic, watching people crawl across the line, and it's pretty awesome.
So ITU, 30 starts, 5 podiums, 3 wins. So obviously you had some talent. What were you thinking, 2012 or 2016 for Rio? Or what was
I kind of, I just wanted to see how it went. Like, I started off triathlon as a means to cross-train. I thought maybe I'll go back to running.
Track,
but it's just the magic and the beauty of it. There's such big events and such a big community that, I kind of got hooked. And I was thinking Olympics, and then my swim just wasn't strong enough.
Last year, you go to Chattanooga, right? And I think you surprised a lot of people by getting silver medal at the World Championships, Ironman 70.3. How did that change things for you?
Yeah, so I think I just went in so relaxed. I kind of, it was my first 70.3 World Champs, and I looked at the start list and I was kind of excited. There's so many girls I hadn't raced before, and I thought to have them all in one big race, I just got on the start line. I had absolutely no expectations, just really excited, and kind of, it was a bit of a belief. I probably raced a lot smarter. I was a lot more conservative because we had no expectations. It really changed things for me this year. Kind of just got the bit between my teeth and maybe over-push some of our training blocks, but I've learned
bring a little more sponsors to the table and things like that after you get a bronze, after you get a silver. Yeah,
so I was really lucky enough to have started with BMC the start of last year. And that team is kind of I'd say the reason, a massive part of why I got the silver medal. Just again, they brought so much knowledge to the table, as well as the equipment, and just being a part of such a great team, like being able to tap into people's experience, like Bart and so many of the guys in the team. It was awesome.
And so this year you're doing Ironman Austria, and you were leading for a big chunk of the day, which is cool because it means you're not afraid of the moment. You went off the front, right? And you built a 3-minute lead, 10K to go. You get caught, you end up with third, but you had to feel good about that.
Yeah, it was
probably not at the time. Because you sort of, when you get to that point with 10K to go, you start taking ownership of that win.
Yeah, and I never really thought, like, again, I was just thinking, okay, I've got to make it to the finish line. And I was so silly, like, on the marathon, I was feeling a little bit, like, I thought, my tummy's not the greatest, and I don't want to have to stop for the loo, especially with the camera there. So I thought, okay, I'm not going to take any more gels, and drinking is going to slow me down a little bit. But yeah, with 10K to go, I really regretted that decision, and I wasn't too aware. Even when Marine went past me, I was so in my zone, just like trying to count my legs, just thinking, okay, if I count in time, at least they'll keep moving. I don't remember a whole lot. Then I was so focused on getting to the finish line, I hadn't thought of what comes after, and I just wanted to sit down and just close my eyes. And but it's such a good feeling. Like, I've never felt that spent before.
Right, because you gave it everything.
Yeah,
and
I love that.
That's a sort of a cool thing.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling you're going to have a feeling like that here on Saturday.
Yeah, I have a feeling, but hopefully I'll be a little bit smart with my nutrition, because I don't think you'd get away with that here.
What are your expectations here, first time out?
Yeah, I think so. Just to cope with the heat, to cope with my nutrition. I want to get across the line knowing that I couldn't have given any more. Kind of with the time that we've had to prepare, I've given everything that I can in the preparation. So just to do that justice in the race, and race feisty still give it my all, but not to be scared, but also to be smart.
Well, the fact that you've raced at the highest level, almost made the Olympic team. You've gone against the best in the world. You raced, on the ITU circuit, so you've raced against the best in the world. What makes this race special is the competition. The heat and the wind are special, but the depth of the field, there's probably 30 women here who feel they can finish on the podium. Yeah. So it makes a huge difference, and you're one of those people. When you look at what you've done just recently, you're one of those people who's going to be a factor.
Thank you. Thanks, Bob. Right. I hope so.
How about a round of applause for Emma Pallant?
Thank you.
A rookie to Breakfast with Bob. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
It's a little hot Tuesday. 4 more days to race day. What? And Breakfast with Bob.
Thank you, Pancho Man. That is a wrap.
Yeah, girlfriend.